Hebenstreit and competing in the AFNR education contest. Today we're going to be reviewing the primary immune response and teaching you guys about the secondary immune response. So how many of you guys have ever gotten sick? Perfect. I'm going to be teaching you guys how your body went through the process in order to get you healthy and feeling better once again. So let's start by reviewing the primary immune response. Foreign invader enters into the bloodstream. The foreign invader is a bad pathogen that your body does not want inside of it, whether it's fungus, bacteria, or a virus that enters into mucus, air, or a wound. So how many of you guys have had a sore throat? We're going to call this foreign invader right here a sore throat pathogen that has entered into your bloodstream that you do not want. So a foreign invader has entered into the bloodstream. What cell will interact with the foreign invader first?
T cell.
T cell going around the bloodstream will attach itself to the foreign invader once it's found it. In a primary immune response, does the T cell know the code or not know the code? Aaron?
It doesn't know the code.
T cell does not know the code in a primary immune response. Approximately how long does it take for the T cell to find or create the new code?
2 to 10 days.
Exactly. So does the animal get sick during this time?
Yes.
Animal will get sick during the duration of time that it takes for the T cell to create the new code. So now it's been approximately 2 to 10 days and the T cell has created a new code. Does it share the information or does it keep it to itself?
Share it.
Where does the T cell share the information?
The leukocyte.
Jared?
The glands and the leukocytes.
Exactly. Leukocytes in the bloodstream. T cell will bring the information to the gland and the leukocyte. Now that the gland and leukocytes have received the information, what will they create? Mary Grace?
Antibodies.
Gland and the leukocytes will create antibodies. Remember when I said about you guys having a sore throat? Do you guys ever feel that your throat is getting swelled up and it's hard to breathe and swallow?
Yes.
I know that feeling too. Basically, you have two glands in your throat that are swelling up in order to open the pores wider to allow antibodies to rush out of your glands at a faster rate in order so that you can start to feel better sooner. So the gland and leukocytes have created antibodies. Where did they go? Eric?
To the foreign invader.
Exactly. Antibodies will be released from the leukocytes and the glands to attach itself to the foreign invader. What cell will then come and devour the foreign invader? Phagocyte will go to the antibodies and the foreign invader and then eat it in order for you to start feeling better once again. What concerns or questions do we have? So I'm going to be teaching a similar new process called a secondary immune response. So if you look on this piece of paper, you'll see that you have the steps 1 through 10 on how primary immune response works. On this next sheet of paper, you will see that 3 and 4 are slightly different from a primary immune response to a secondary immune response. Steps 1 and 2 are exactly the same, and 5 through 10 are the same as well. So when we get to steps 3 and 4, I will write them on the board, and if you will write them on your sheet of paper as well, that would be appreciated. So a foreign invader enters into the bloodstream. It'll enter the same way as in a primary immune response, either through mucus, air, or a wound. And it can still be a fungus, virus, or a bacteria. T cell going around the bloodstream will still find the foreign invader and attach itself to it. Here's where it gets slightly different. The T cell now knows the code. So for number 3, if you were right, T cell knows the code. T cell knows the code, so it does not take very long for the T cell to find the new code. Normally it only takes a few hours. So the animal may get sick for 1 day or not at all. So for number 4, if you were right, animal gets sick for 1 day or not at all. response are exactly the same as in a primary. T cell will still share the code with the leukocytes and the glands. The gland will still swell up, allowing antibodies to be released to the foreign invader quicker. So antibodies will then go to the foreign invader and surround it. Phagocyte will still get the little chemoattractants or signals that the antibodies release telling it to eat it. And then the animal or human will start to feel better once again. What questions do we have at this time? If you look on this third sheet of paper, which is on the back of this sheet, you will see I've drawn a gland and a bloodstream and provided you with all the cells that you need to do this process up here with your table partner. If you'll do a secondary immune response just as I showed you guys, I will be around for any questions that you have. You guys also have score sheets. I will come around to your groups and score you guys accordingly.
Did you know you got T cells
T cell will go to the leukocytes and the glands, and then they'll make the antibodies, and then go to the foreign invader, and then surround it, and then pump it, and then send the signals to the phagocyte to eat it.
I have a question. Well,
The T cell brings the code to the gland and the leukocyte, and then the leukocyte and the gland create the antibodies, and then the antibodies will go then to the foreign invader.
thank you. Did you listen to that?
So can you explain to me how a secondary immune response works?
The foreign invader enters the bloodstream and the T cell attaches to it. The T cell already knows the code, so the animal will get sick for one day or not at all.
So why does the T cell know the code?
Because the foreign invader has already either entered the body or you're already immune to
Because it's already gone through the steps of the primary. Yep.
it. So since it already knows it finds it within a day or hours. Then it goes to the glands and to the leukocytes so they can produce antibodies. Then they go to the foreign invader, either clump or kill it, and the phagocytes come and produce the antibodies.
So how do the phagocytes know where to go?
Because it isn't the antibodies send out signals to the phagocytes.
They send out chemoattractants or little signals saying, hey, come here, come this way. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Thank you. I'd like to get your attention back up to the front. So let's review the secondary immune response. Foreign invader enters into the bloodstream. What cell will interact with it first? Aaron?
T cell.
T cell going around the bloodstream will find the foreign invader and attach itself to it. Does the T cell know the code?
Yes.
T cell knows the code. So will the animal get sick?
Yes.
Probably not.
Maybe for a day.
Animal may get sick for one day or not at all, so kind of varies. So does the T cell share the code that it finds, or does it keep it to itself?
Shares.
Shares it. Where does the T cell share the code? Emily? Yes. T cell will create what?
Antibodies.
Antibodies. Yes. Leukocyte and gland will then create antibodies, and where do the antibodies go? Antibodies will then go to the foreign invader and send signals to what cell to come its way. Phagocyte will get the signals from the antibodies and go and eat the antibodies and foreign invader as the antibodies are attached. What questions do we have? Thank you guys so much for helping me with my presentation. I hope you guys have a better understanding of how a primary and a secondary immune response works.